Psalm 27, Finding Light in the Darkness. A reflection. Have you ever felt surrounded by darkness, with fears pressing in from every side? Have you searched desperately for a light to guide your way forward when all paths seemed uncertain? Today, we journey together through ancient words that have comforted countless souls across millennia. Psalm 27. A lighthouse of hope in our darkest storms. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? These opening words invite us to pause and truly consider. What power do our fears hold when compared to the Creator of the universe? When we stand in the presence of the divine light, the shadows that once seemed so threatening begin to retreat. Think about that for a moment. The same God who spoke galaxies into existence calls himself your light, your salvation, your stronghold. Not some distant deity observing from afar, but a presence so intimate that your very life finds refuge within him. When evildoers assail me to devour my flesh, my adversaries and foes, they shall stumble and fall. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise up against me, yet I will be confident. David, the shepherd king who penned these words, was no stranger to adversity. He faced literal armies, betrayal from his own family, and the constant threat of those who sought his destruction. Yet here, in the valley of his darkest moments, he discovers an unshakable confidence. Not in his own strength or strategy, but in someone far greater. This is not blind optimism or wishful thinking. This is the hard-won faith of someone who has witnessed divine protection firsthand. Someone who has seen his giants fall and his impossible situations transformed. And he offers us this same bold assurance. That which seeks to devour you will itself stumble and fall when you stand in the light of God's presence. One thing I ask of the Lord, that will I seek after. To live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. Notice the singular focus here. Not a scattered list of requests or demands. Just one thing. In a world that pulls us in countless directions, that fractures our attention and divides our hearts, David reminds us of the power of a unified desire. His greatest longing wasn't for safety, though he was constantly pursued. It wasn't for comfort, though he often lacked it. It wasn't even for justice against his enemies. His deepest yearning was simply to dwell in God's presence, to behold divine beauty, to seek wisdom from the source of all understanding. Everything else, protection, provision, purpose, would naturally flow from this central connection. For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. He will set me high on a rock. There's an intimacy in these words that transcends mere religious ritual. The shelter, the tent. These aren't formal, distant places of worship. They're images of home, of close protection. The God of the universe doesn't just acknowledge us from afar. He draws us close, covers us, and elevates us above the chaos that seeks to overwhelm. Now my head is lifted up above my enemies all around me, and I will offer in his tent sacrifices with shouts of joy. I will sing and make melody to the Lord. Even surrounded by opposition, David finds reason to celebrate. The presence of problems doesn't negate the possibility of praise. In fact, it's often in our darkest moments that worship becomes most powerful, not because circumstances have changed, but because our perspective has. When we lift our eyes above our situations to behold the face of God, we discover a joy that circumstances cannot touch. Hear, O Lord, when I cry aloud, be gracious to me and answer me. Come, my heart says, seek his face. Your face, Lord, do I seek. Do not hide your face from me. The psalm shifts here, from confident declaration to vulnerable plea. This is the honest rhythm of authentic faith. Not a constant state of unwavering certainty, but a living relationship that encompasses both bold assurance and urgent petition. David doesn't pretend that faith eliminates all doubt or fear. Rather, he brings those very human emotions directly into the divine conversation. There's profound comfort in this reality. We don't need to have everything figured out. We don't need to maintain a facade of perfect faith. Our questions, our longings, our moments of uncertainty, these aren't failures of faith, but invitations to deeper connection. The cry, "Do not hide your face," reveals both fear of abandonment and confidence in God's character. It's the paradox at the heart of trust, acknowledging the possibility of absence while clinging to the promise of presence. Do not turn your servant away in anger, you who have been my help. Do not cast me off, do not forsake me, O God of my salvation. If my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will take me up. Here lies perhaps the most tender moment in this psalm. David confronts the deepest human fear, abandonment. He acknowledges that even the most fundamental human bonds, parent to child, can sometimes break. Yet in that space of ultimate vulnerability, he finds ultimate assurance. When every other relationship fails, when every human support system crumbles, divine love remains unshaken. This isn't just theological abstraction. For many of us, these words touch wounds too deep for casual conversation. Abandonment, rejection, the shattering of relationships we believed would last forever. If you're carrying such pain today, know that these ancient words see you. And more importantly, the God behind these words sees you, claims you, and promises to take you up when others have let you fall. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me on a level path because of my enemies. Do not give me up to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and they are breathing out violence. In the face of opposition, David doesn't primarily pray for the defeat of his enemies. Instead, he asks for guidance, to be shown the right path forward. There's profound wisdom here. When surrounded by hostility, our natural instinct is to focus on those who threaten us, to become consumed with strategizing their downfall or escaping their reach. But David redirects his attention to the only relationship that ultimately matters. Teach me your way, he prays. Not show me how to defeat them, or even remove them from my path, but show me how to walk with you, regardless of who stands against me. I believe that I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. The psalm concludes not with a miracle or a dramatic resolution, but with a declaration of patient hope. I believe that I shall see. Faith isn't the absence of waiting. It's finding meaning and purpose within the waiting. It's the confident expectation that light will eventually break through, that goodness will eventually manifest. Not in some distant afterlife alone, but in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. These final words might seem anticlimactic after such powerful declarations of confidence earlier in the psalm, but perhaps they represent the most courageous stance of all. To wait with strength. To let your heart take courage even when immediate answers aren't forthcoming. To trust in the coming dawn even while navigating the darkest night. This is the journey Psalm 27 invites us into. Not a quick fix or an escape from life's difficulties, but a transformed perspective that allows us to walk through those difficulties with unprecedented courage. A light that doesn't just change our circumstances, but changes us from within. As you move forward from this moment, carrying whatever burdens or battles you arrived with, may these ancient words echo in your spirit. The Lord is your light. The Lord is your salvation. The Lord is the stronghold of your life. Whom shall you fear? Be strong, dear friend. Let your heart take courage. And in the waiting, remember, you never wait alone. The light of the world stands beside you, before you, and within you. And in His light, you will always find your way home. Thank you for joining me in this reflection on Psalm 27. May its truths illuminate your path today and in all the days to come. Until next time, remember that even your darkest moments are simply setting the stage for God's most brilliant light to shine.